Hey, what's up guys? Jerome here from the Bonsai Supply, and join me in today's video as I am defoliating this tree and also trimming it while I'm telling you a little bit more about the story of this tree. Now, if this is the first time that you're coming across this channel and you like bonsai, you are in luck because that's what this channel is all about. Now, if it isn't your first time coming across this channel, welcome back and thank you so much for your support. So let's get right to it. So this is my green Mount ficus, which is a root over statue, which is covered by all of this growth here in the front. I started this tree about a little bit over 10 years ago, and this tree has since been featured in numerous international bonsai magazines, such as the Bonsai Focus magazine. It has been featured in our book called Freestyle Bonsai, and it has also been displayed at the Disney World in Orlando. Now, enough bragging about the tree. So let me tell you how this tree got started. So I went to Cambodia and I visited this temple called Angkor Wat. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a temple, a ruin, where ficus trees grow over different statues and they kind of swallow them. And so as soon as I saw that in person, I was like, wow, I have to recreate something similar to that. So I came home and this is what I created. So first things first is I found a ficus that had some really cool shape, and I found a statue that can age. So something that's made out of clay, stone, terracotta, those are all good statues that can age over time. So a statue made out of resin or plastic or wood would not be a good idea because it cannot age. So when I created this root over statue, it was important to me to find a ficus that is very hardy, very forgiving, and grows aggressively. And that's why I came across the green mount, because it is a really aggressive grower, and as you can see, it is already swallowing the statue. That's exactly what I had in mind when I created it 10 plus years ago. So the first thing that I did is I found a tree that had kind of that arch in it, because I wanted the tree to go over the statue and kind of like have it shaded out. And then I attached the two. I used a string to kind of push them really against each other, because through compression of the statue and the tree, they will start to fuse together and become one. So I wrapped it with the string, and then I covered the entire composition with moss, like sphagnum moss that you can buy at any big retail store. Covered it with sphagnum moss, and then used saran wrap to now wrap all of the three components together: the statue, the tree, the moss, and then the saran wrap. That keeps the humidity trapped in here and makes the roots grow really aggressively around the statue and start to swallow it. Now, if this concept, root over statue, is a little foreign to you, it is pretty much the same idea as root over rock, and the same techniques apply of how you put a tree on a rock. But this is the beautiful thing about bonsai: you can take that technique, root over rock, and apply it to something like this that's completely different and very cool and very unique, and you can create your very own spin on this. And so you can do a root over statue, a root over a bridge, whatever comes to mind. Let your mind run free. So this picture right here is at the 4-year mark, and as you can see, once again I'm defoliating, because that's what I do with this tree. It's a very tedious task, but I always like to do it once a year in the middle of the summer. And so the first 4 years of development of this composition was very crucial to me, because what I wanted to achieve is to have the tree starting to swallow the statue. And that only happens through compression, when both of them are being pushed together as tightly as possible. And the only way to achieve that compression is by letting your tree overgrow past the shape of the canopy, so that the trunk starts to thicken up, the branches start to thicken up to support all of that heavy weight of the overgrown canopy, and that's when the tree starts to swallow the statue. So in 2019, the tree finally started to look really good. All of the main branches were in place, secondary and tertiary branches just started to come in. And that was also the first year that I started to show this tree, like on our social media, which actually caught some attention because the Bonsai Focus magazine reached out to us and asked if I would write an article about this composition. And I did write about a 3-page article with pictures, and I talked about the creation, the development, but also my thought process behind it. Now, in the same year, this tree was also accepted to be displayed at the Flower and Garden Festival in the Disney World in Orlando. So now 2020 rolled around, and we all know what happened, which was a really unfortunate year. And also I had some setbacks with this tree. And that's because I moved from Florida to Georgia, which are two completely opposite climates. And as soon as I got to Georgia, the tree reacted right away. Half of the tree died back. I lost branches on this side. And the appropriate response to this reaction was to just leave the tree be. Let it react, let it, kill off the branches on this side and just wait. The worst thing that you can do in a situation like this is to go ahead and repot, move the tree, panic, or cut anything back. Let it do its thing. Once the tree stopped dying back, I knew it was safe for me to go in and remove the dead branches, and then I just let the tree regrow for 2 years. I didn't cut it at all. I just fertilized it, and I just left it in full sun, and I just watered it, sprayed for insects. That's all I did. Now then, in 2022, when the tree was a lot stronger and all of this side had regrown, that was the first time that I actually went ahead and defoliated it again, wired that section, and continued the bonsai training. Alright, so now in 2023, my goal is to restore this tree and bring it back to its former glory. When it looked its best in 2019. And so the only way to do that is to really let the canopy overgrow and then defoliate it in the summer and cut these long shoots, these long internodes, back to the more interesting part of the tree. Now, once I have achieved that, once I have reached the 2019 goal again, then what my next goal is to continue down this path and make this tree look better and better and better, and hopefully have no more setbacks. So I have worked on this tree previously on YouTube, so I'll be sure to leave the links to those videos down in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and check those out. Now please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, so that you're always up to date and notified when a new video comes out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.